Discover the Nordic countries' best-kept secrets, the world's most beautiful region. Have you ever wondered what makes the Nordic countries so fascinating? Did you know that their history, culture, and technological advances hide surprising secrets that could change your perception of the world? In this video, we'll explore the most curious and surprising facts about this unique region. From the breathtaking beauty of its landscapes to its innovative social policies, the Nordic countries are an example of progress and tradition. Would you like to know what makes Finland the happiest country in the world? Or how Norway has managed to have some of the most impressive fjords the planet has to offer? Stay with us and discover all this and much more. I assure you that what you will learn will leave you speechless. The Nordic countries are, without a doubt, one of the most fascinating and mysterious regions in the world. From their breathtaking nature to their unique culture and ancient traditions, these countries have been the object of admiration and wonder for centuries. But did you know that there are many surprising facts and curiosities that most people don't know about this part of the world? The Nordic countries, which include Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland, are not only known for their stunning natural beauty, but also for their lifestyle, technological advances, and strong commitment to sustainability. Is this the most beautiful region in the world? Below, we'll explore some facts and curiosities that might change your perspective on these wonderful places. The Nordic countries are often considered a kind of paradise on Earth, not only for their scenery, but for the quality of life they offer their citizens. In terms of well-being, education, and health, these countries often rank among the top of any global index. In 2023, for example, Finland was named, for the sixth consecutive year, the happiest country in the world. This is due to a combination of factors, such as a strong social safety net, low levels of corruption, and, of course, the stunning natural beauty that surrounds the Finns. The vast expanses of forests and lakes, along with the natural phenomenon known as the Northern Lights, make Finland a truly unique place to live. Iceland, meanwhile, is another country that stands out in many ways. This small volcanic country has less than 400,000 inhabitants, but is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Europe. Iceland's geographical features, such as its geysers, volcanoes, and glaciers, make the scenery breathtaking. But what really sets Iceland apart is its commitment to geothermal energy. Today, more than 85% of the energy used in the country comes from renewable sources, primarily geothermal and hydroelectric power. This type of clean energy not only benefits the environment, but has also enabled Iceland to become a world leader in sustainability. As for Norway, this country is famous for its fjords, which are geographic formations created by glaciers that extend into the sea. The Geiranger Fjord, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of Norway's most iconic tourist destinations. However, Norway is also famous for its progressive policies. It was the first country in the world to institute voting rights for women in 1913, and continues to be a leader in the fight for human rights, gender equality, and environmental protection. In addition, Norway has one of the world's most stable economies, thanks in large part to its wealth of natural resources, such as oil and gas. On the other hand, Sweden has historically been one of the most innovative countries in the field of technology. It is home to world-renowned companies such as Ericsson, Spotify, and Volvo, and is considered a center of excellence in scientific and technological research. Education in Sweden is free and of high quality, which has contributed to the development of a highly educated population. In terms of social welfare, Sweden has implemented a robust welfare system that includes a free healthcare system and child-rearing subsidies, which helps reduce inequality and promotes a high quality of life. Denmark, known for its welfare system and its focus on sustainability, is another gem in Northern Europe. This small country is famous for its philosophy of life, hygge, which can be translated as the art of finding happiness in the simple things in life. In addition, Copenhagen, its capital, is known for being one of the most environmentally friendly cities in the world, with a high rate of bicycles per capita and a clear commitment to green energy. In 2019, Denmark became the first country in the world to declare that it was committed to being carbon-free by 2050, an ambitious goal that reflects the country's commitment to sustainability. One of the common characteristics across the Nordic countries is their high level of social equality. These countries have some of the lowest rates of economic and social inequality in the world, which is reflected in the quality of life of their citizens. Progressive policies in health, education, and labor allow the majority of the population to have access to a comfortable standard of living, regardless of their origin or socio-economic status. For example, in Sweden and Norway, access to university education is free for all citizens, and in Finland, the education system is considered one of the best in the world, with a unique focus on equal opportunities. In terms of security, the Nordic countries also stand out. In 2023, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark were ranked among the safest countries in the world according to the Global Peace Index. This is due to a combination of factors, such as low crime, high levels of trust in government institutions, and strong social cohesion. In addition, these countries have been leaders in international diplomacy and in promoting peace and human rights around the world. However, not everything is perfect in the Nordic countries. One of the challenges they face is their climate. Although the scenery is breathtaking, the weather can be extremely cold, especially in the northernmost countries. In Norway and Sweden, temperatures can drop below -30 degrees Celsius in winter, which can make some outdoor activities very difficult. However, the inhabitants of these countries have learned to adapt to the harsh climatic conditions. Housing design, for example, is geared to maximize warmth and energy efficiency, and daily life is organized so that time outdoors can be enjoyed despite the low temperatures. In terms of gastronomy, the Nordic countries have a rich culinary tradition that has evolved over the centuries. Fish and seafood, especially salmon, are fundamental in the diet of these countries. In addition, dairy products, such as cheese and butter, are essential in most meals. In recent years, however, the Nordic countries have adopted a more international cuisine, influenced by diverse culinary cultures from around the world. In Copenhagen, for example, the Noma restaurant, considered one of the best in the world, has put Nordic gastronomy on the world map, fusing traditional ingredients with innovative culinary techniques. The Nordic countries have also been a center of culture, art, and literature. Authors such as Sweden's Astrid Lindgren, creator of the famous Pippi Longstocking series of books, and Finland's Mika Waltari, author of The Drunkard, have left an indelible mark on world literature. In the field of visual arts, Scandinavian art, with its minimalist and naturalistic approach, has greatly influenced global design and architectural trends. In addition, Nordic cinema has gained international notoriety with directors such as Ingmar Bergman of Sweden, whose films deeply explored human psychology and emotional complexities. Tourism in the Nordic countries has grown considerably in the last decade, thanks in part to a fascination with its natural landscapes and unique lifestyle. The region is famous for its outdoor activities, such as hiking, skiing, and watching the Northern Lights, a spectacular natural phenomenon that attracts thousands of tourists each year. Tourism has also fostered a growing interest in Nordic culture, from the music and traditions to the Viking legends that remain an integral part of the region's cultural identity. While many consider the Nordic countries to be one of the most beautiful regions in the world, their beauty is not only physical. What really makes them special is the combination of their breathtaking nature, their commitment to the well-being of society, their innovation, and their rich cultural tradition. These countries have managed to create a unique balance between progress and the preservation of their historical roots, offering a lifestyle that is not only sustainable, but also deeply humane. And perhaps, in the end, that is the true beauty of the Nordic countries, a place where nature, society, and culture are harmoniously intertwined. The Nordic countries are not only known for their breathtaking scenery, but also for their rich culture, traditions, and legends that have been passed down through generations. When it comes to music, the region has a vibrant scene ranging from folk tunes to extreme metal. Finland, in particular, is famous for its contribution to heavy metal music, with more than 50 heavy metal bands per million inhabitants. Finnish bands such as Nightwish and Him have achieved international fame, while other Nordic countries have also been very influential in genres such as pop, jazz, and classical music. Traditional Scandinavian music also plays an important role in cultural life, and people continue to celebrate the summer solstice with festivals full of music and folk dances, such as the traditional dancing around the fire at the midsummer festivities in Sweden and Finland. The Nordic countries have a rich literary tradition that has been of great influence around the world. Sweden, for example, is home to world-renowned writers such as Astrid Lindgren, author of the popular Pippi Longstocking books, and Stieg Larsson, creator of the famous Millennium series. In addition, Norway has given the world Henrik Ibsen, a playwright whose works such as A Doll's House and Hedda Gabler have been fundamental to the evolution of modern theater. In Iceland, literature has an even older history, with the well-known Icelandic sagas, medieval epic tales that have been preserved since the 13th century. These texts tell stories of the Vikings and their travels, adventures, and battles. Iceland's literary tradition is so strong that it is one of the countries with the highest number of books published per capita in the world. As for cinema, the Nordic countries have left an indelible mark on the industry with directors and films that have been recognized globally. One of the most celebrated filmmakers is Sweden's Ingmar Bergman, whose work has been acclaimed for its profound exploration of the human psyche, spirituality, and personal relationships. His films such as Wild Strawberries and Hour of the Wolf have influenced generations of filmmakers. Also notable is Finland's Aki Kaurismäki, whose minimalist style and focus on the darker aspects of life have resonated internationally. Nordic cinema, in general, is known for its unique atmosphere, emotional depth, and ability to touch on dark and complex themes. The Nordic countries are also famous for their festivals and traditions that celebrate both the secular and the religious. In Sweden, one of the most beloved celebrations is St. Lucia's Day on December 13th, when girls wear white robes and carry wreaths of candles to commemorate light during the dark days of winter. In Finland, Christmas Eve is a holiday full of unique traditions, such as visiting the Joulupukki, the equivalent of the Finnish Santa Claus, and the relaxing sauna experience, which is an essential part of everyday life. In Norway, one of the most important festivities is May 17th, the National Day, which is celebrated with parades, music, and a lot of national pride. These celebrations reflect not only the history and religion of each country, but also a deep respect for the seasons and nature. The Nordics also have a special relationship with the concept of nature and the outdoors. In Norway, Sweden, and Finland, it is common to see people going out into the countryside, forest, or lake, not just for sports, but as part of a lifestyle deeply connected to the land. This relationship with nature is so ingrained in the culture that in Sweden there is the allemansrätten, or right of public access, which gives all citizens the right to walk, camp, or pick wild fruits on private land, always respecting the environment. In Iceland, respect for nature is so strong that even laws have been created to protect the land, glaciers, and geysers. This respect for the environment is not only reflected in the laws, but also in the lifestyle of the people, who are deeply committed to sustainability and the protection of the planet. One of the most curious customs of the Nordic countries is the focus on the sauna, which has an almost religious cultural significance. In Finland, the sauna is a fundamental part of everyday life, not only as a place to relax, but as a space to socialize and purify oneself. It is estimated that there are approximately 2 million saunas in Finland, a number that exceeds the number of cars in the country. In addition, the sauna is seen as an essential part of celebrations and rituals, and many families celebrate the new year or weddings with a sauna bath as a family or with friends. The sauna concept has also been exported to other Nordic countries, such as Sweden and Norway, where it has been adapted to various local traditions. The culture of the Vikings remains one of the most profound influences in the Nordic countries. Although the Vikings are a part of ancient history, their legacy continues in the cultural identity of these countries. Historical figures of the Vikings, such as Ragnar Lodbrok and Leif Erikson, are widely recognized and celebrated in literature and folklore. In many museums in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, tourists can learn about Viking life, beliefs, and expeditions. In Iceland, the Viking heritage is especially strong, as many Icelanders are descended from these Norse explorers and warriors, and Viking sagas are still read and studied to this day. A fascinating curiosity about the Nordic countries is their love of design and architecture. The region is world famous for its minimalist and functional approach to interior design, with iconic brands such as IKEA becoming synonymous with Scandinavian style. Nordic design stands out for its simplicity, emphasis on natural light and comfort. In Nordic cities, buildings reflect this aesthetic, with clean lines and natural materials such as wood and glass. Museums and art galleries in these countries are also examples of this approach, showcasing works that focus on harmony, sustainability, and connection to nature. The Nordic countries also have a special relationship with animals. In Norway and Sweden, the moose is one of the most emblematic species, and seeing these majestic animals in the wild is an experience that many tourists seek. Finland, on the other hand, is famous for being home to brown bears, wolves, and lynxes, which inhabit its vast forests. In Iceland, the marine wildlife, including puffins and whales, is equally fascinating, and whale watching has become a popular activity for travelers visiting the island. In general, respect for wildlife is an important part of Nordic culture, and many national parks and protected areas have been created to conserve these species. The Nordic countries are also characterized by a high level of gender equity. These countries have been pioneers in the fight for equal rights for women. In 1913, Norway was the first country in Europe to give women the right to vote, and throughout the 20th century, Sweden and Finland also made significant advances in women's rights. Today, Nordic women enjoy a level of equality that is envied in many parts of the world, with equal access to education, employment, and politics. Gender equality policies have enabled women to occupy leadership positions in all sectors, and the region is known for its progressive policies on work-life balance. In short, the culture of the Nordic countries is a reflection of their history, their values, and their deep respect for nature and traditions. It is a region that has managed to combine modernity with respect for its past, creating a balance between innovation, sustainability, and a life focused on collective well-being. Through their art, literature, music, design, and philosophy of life, the Nordic countries continue to captivate the world, being an example of how culture can enrich everyday life and connect people with their environment. If you have been fascinated by the world of the Nordic countries and want to continue discovering more curiosities and secrets about different regions of the planet, don't forget to subscribe to our channel World in Evolution. Also, visit our website selfmatamillionaires.online, where you will find exclusive content that will help you expand your knowledge and improve your life. You can't miss it. Hit the subscribe button and join us in this incredible learning journey.